The Dominaria United hype train is now in session. All aboard! Hello there everybody, welcome on in. I'm 16-Bit Ferret, and today we're looking at the Dominaria United information that we have recently got. Wizards of the Coast did a Twitch stream showing off what some of the things we're going to be seeing with Dominaria United, and this is also the first set they're doing to celebrate Wizards of the Coast having Magic the Gathering around for 30 years. That's quite a long time. Anyways, let's start off with the biggest news. The biggest news. A while ago, we heard the rumor that there was going to be Legends cards in Dominaria United boxes. Well, that rumor is actually true. There's going to be Legends cards printed in the Dominaria United Collector's Booster Packs. Now, supposedly the pull rate's going to be 3%, so it's going to be close to what it was with the pull rate of pulling etched foils for the Double Masters 2022 Collector's Box. But here's where things get kind of interesting. If we actually look at the article here, it does indeed state that it'll include every rarity. So it could be anything from a common to a rare. So that means you can totally pull one of the bands with other lands like Unholy Citadel and that be your thing. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see it, but it'd be disappointing, especially if you're trying to pull a Tabernacle, or you're hoping to pull a Moat or a Nicol Bolas. But still, it's really nice to see awesome things like that just be in packs, let alone. Heck, they even showed us opening the booster packs on their live stream, which was amazing to see. Holy heck, I wasn't even playing Magic at that time, and man, I missed out. Anyways, we have more news to add. We're also getting Legends Retold Box Topper. So in the Legends set, they introduced gold cards. That was the first set to ever incorporate cards that had multiple casting costs of different mana, and they had a special gold border. Now some cards, they were vanilla, they didn't have any flavors or effects. Other ones had some pretty okay ones. But what they're doing with this is they are redoing them. They're giving them new life. So they're new cards, and we're seeing some of them get the treatment that they deserve. And we're going to get into that in a moment when we start getting into spoilers. But before we get into spoilers, I want to say exactly how much product we can expect to see from this. We have 2 commander decks. We can see it's called Legends Legacy, Rainbow. We also happen to have Collector's Booster Box, Draft Box, Set Box, and a Jumpstart Booster Box. So that's a grand total of 4 separate booster boxes for this one set. You know, the hype train for this may be real, but this is going to really cause some wallet fatigue, and some product on this is going to be missed out on. Unfortunately, I'm already calling it right now. And now, on to the spoilers. We're going to look at Janna Fiery Negotiator first. Her casting cost is 2 and double red. She comes in at 4 counters. Her +1 is create a 1/1 red monk creature token with prowess. Okay, so make a Monastery Swiftspear. Nice. Her -1 is exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Alright, pretty sweet. -2. Choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, Janna Fiery Negotiator deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature. Okay, so if you're swinging wide, that's going to be a lot of damage going to one creature. What's the meme? That's a lot of damage. Anyways, and her big ability, -8. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for that copy. Whew. Oh boy, that's gonna be crazy. Huh. Anyways, on to the Mythic train. Next up is Shivan Devastator, and oh Oh my goodness, do I love this card. Look at it. We have a Dragon Hydra that has a casting cost of red and X. It has flying, haste, and when Shivan Devastator enters the battlefield, we put X +1/+1 counters on it. I just want to say how much I love this art and this card. It reminds me so much of Rock Hydra. And as someone who, when I first got Magic the Gathering, I played with some of the older cards, even though I came in around 9th edition. One of my buddies, he was around since the very beginning, so I got to play with some of his old decks, and one of them had Rock Hydra, and I thought it was such a cool card. And seeing something like this makes me feel like that old concept is being brought back. But I will say this, I can definitely see being a big problem in some formats. On to the next card, we have Temporal Firestorm. It has a casting cost of 3, double red. It's a sorcery. It has a kicker for a white and a colorless, and or a colorless and a blue. You can choose up to X creatures and or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times this spell was kicked. Those permanents phase out. Temporal Firestorm deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. You know, alright, that's actually pretty cool. So it's a good way to do just a massive board wipe with also bouncing a creature or planeswalker and keeping them alive. That way you can still have something to swing in with. Really nice. Next up, we have Evolved Sleeper. This, hoo boy, this is full of flavor. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of lore yet when it comes to the Dominaria timeline, but I'm going to be learning that soon as they keep on unrolling this. And yeah, anyways, so it's a 1/1 human for a single black. The first ability is 1 black. Evolved Sleeper becomes a human cleric with a power and toughness of 2/2. Alright, next ability is a colorless and a black. If Evolved Sleeper is a cleric, put a death touch counter on it, and it becomes a Phyrexian human cleric with a base power 3/3. Okay, cool, so power toughness is 3/3. Nice. Also, it becomes a death toucher. Sweet. And its final ability, pay a colorless and double black. If Evolved Sleeper is a Phyrexian, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay, cool, so we have a way to pump it up, and a creature that basically lets us keep on drawing cards if we keep sinking mana. You know, not bad. At the cost of 1 life, it's a fair trade. Next up, we have Lena War Loomspeaker. It is a Elf Druid, 1/3 for a 1 and a green. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color. It also has the ability of tap, target land you control, becomes 3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land, and you can only activate this as a sorcery. So unfortunately, you can't use this ability to tap it, make a land a 3/3 to make a chump blocker, so you can't do that strategy with it, but you know, it's okay. Now next up, do you remember how I said there was the Legends Retold thing? This is what it is. So we're going to be talking about the first one. Oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher this name. Rammy Ramirez? I hope I'm saying their name right. Anyways, they are a 4/3 human pirate for a casting cost of 2, a black, and a blue. When this creature enters the battlefield, you lose 2 life and create 2 treasure tokens. Alright, you know, more treasure support, okay. When 1 or more pirates you control deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. Okay. Goodness, after a few commander games with certain commanders, I don't like having cards being exiled off the top of my deck and my opponents being able to play them. But I will say as a reminder with this card, folks, it doesn't state that you can have any mana you pay for it be any color, so that means that you have to have a way to have the mana color of that right there. So either more treasure support or I don't know. Next up, we have Jasmine, Burial of the Seven. Oh my goodness, I love this art. Then again, I'm a big green-white person, I can't help it. She's a human druid, that's a 2/4 for the casting cost of 1, a green and a white. You can tap her to add a green and a white mana, and only spend this mana to cast a creature spell with no abilities. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. You know, that's actually a pretty unique thing. I can totally see someone making a commander deck with her and having a deck and filled up entirely with creatures with no abilities, and then swing in and try and put the horde for infect damage to win. That'd be kind of funny to see. And the last creature that we had spoiled to us was Tor Wauki the Younger. I probably butchered that name. If I did, I am so sorry. They are a human archer that's a 3/3 with a casting cost of 3, a red and a black. They have reach and lifelink. They also have, if another source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1 to that permanent or player instead. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Tor Wauki the Younger deals 2 damage to any target. Huh. I can see that getting down and being pretty interesting. But wait, there's more. There's more. These lands, look at these lands. I love what they've done with the basic land cycle with this. All of them have a very, very, very beautiful stained glass look to them, and I just absolutely love them. Me being me, I really love how the plains and the forest look. Really do, but they all shine out so well. And you know, you would think that's all we have, right? But wait, there's actually a little bit more. They also announced that they're going to be doing a Store Championship event. And that's going to be taking place October 15th to the 22nd, and Store Champions are going to be able to compete for some pretty amazing prizes, such as this beautiful looking Spell Pierce, this pretty amazing looking Gilded Goose, and this full art textless Omnath Locus of Creation. Like, oh my goodness, just look at this. This is so great. This is amazing. You know, I was wondering how they were going to top a set like Double Masters 2022, but wow, they really knocked it out of the ballpark with this. And with us having a story thing being announced with it on August 10th to the 18th, and having a look at the world building and history on the 16th, and then them starting to do some things in the image gallery on the 26th, this is a set that I'm actually really excited about, and I'm going to be doing a lot of coverage on. Anyways, folks, I want to say thank you all so very much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. I want to give a big shout out to all the people who have helped make this video possible. Hey, if you're still sticking around, be sure to check out some other content we've made. We have 2 videos right here, and if you want to subscribe, please do. I would really appreciate that. I hope you have a Duke day.